Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we have the main official account for Avowed doing what they always do, which is block everybody, right? So we have a thing here where the account from Avowed is deciding to block anybody who's even remotely bringing up pronouns in their particular tweets or whatever the case would be, or replies. And they're blocking, to be honest with you, they're blocking potential customers, which I find hilarious, right? It's one thing if you're on Twitter and you are trying to utilize Twitter and you want to block people for whatever reason you might have. Maybe like me, where I want to block people and force them to go to my YouTube channel to give me more engagement. Or maybe you just don't want to see that stuff, whatever they may be posting. Whatever your reason may be, that's okay. If you're not trying to sell a product, you were trying to sell a product. You were trying to sell a video game. You are part of Xbox. This is a AAA game that you're trying to push out there, and you're blocking all potential customers because they're asking you one simple question, which is, what's up with the pronouns?
What the hell is even that?
Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to Avowed, right, we already know of a couple of things within this game. Granted, we don't know a lot because they don't want us to know a lot. They are purposely hiding certain things, like the character creator, for example. They're purposely hiding certain things from their official reviews, or early reviews, I should say, from different content creators, telling them what they're allowed to say and not say, which I totally get. There are some things that you're not allowed to say when you're early reviewing a game. Totally get that. But when you're trying to hide the character creator in an early RPG like this, I feel like there's something very strange about that, considering pretty much no one else does that. Not even Dragon Age the Veilguard did that. So that tells me that there's something in there that you don't want people to see. What that is, we don't really know. But we have a story here from SmashAT.com with a headline that reads, official Avowed account immediately blocks anyone questioning pronouns, and that Obsidian Entertainment self-sabotage through unhinged censorship and complete community alienation. So let's get into this article from SmashAT.com. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push this out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says the upcoming release of Avowed by Obsidian Entertainment has been plagued by controversy, to put it nicely. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, the official Avowed account from Obsidian Entertainment is now doubling down on alienating potential future customers rather than addressing their genuine concerns. And as you can see, there are multiple screenshots going around from people who have been blocked by Avowed the game, which is the official account for Avowed, obviously. People have been informing SmashAT left and right that the game's official X account and Reddit page, which I'm more surprised about the X account than I am about the Reddit page, right? Because Reddit is moderated by psychopaths. Reddit, for the most part, has moderators that are so drunk with power that they're willing to block anybody that even remotely ideologically disagrees with them in any sense of the word. So I understand Reddit more. I'm more shocked that they're doing it on X. But then again, these days, it's really not that shocking to hear stuff like this. Are blocking users in mass for mild criticisms or even polite questions, while dissent is also being silenced across the internet on official forums. This heavy-handed approach has a ton of gamers out here questioning whether Avowed has completely lost its collective marbles. Now, there was another game that did this before release, and you guys remember what game that was? I understand if you don't remember it, because listen, it died pretty quickly, but Concord was that game that was doing exactly that. People were trying to quell the storm that was surrounding Concord's release, and they did everything they could to try to do it. They would block people, they would try to silence people, delete stuff off of forums, off Steam, everything. They would do everything they possibly could, and none of it worked, right? Concord still ended up being a massive failure. Nobody bought the game, and the game had to shut down in 10 days. So, I mean, you could try to do this Avowed, and I'm sure you're going to do much better than Concord, because I'm not trolling or anything when I say that. I genuinely believe they're obviously going to do much better than Concord. They have a long legacy. This is not their first game. This is a game that, for most intents and purposes, people will find at least on average interesting, even in the slightest bit. But when you start doing heavy-handed approaches like this to try to censor people, silence people, remove criticism, you are going to turn off a lot of people to the point where, yeah, you're definitely losing customers. There's no doubt about it. If you think that Avowed is not losing customers over this, then I have a bridge to sell you, genuinely. So it says that the censorship accusations gained big-time traction when a multitude of users shared their respective experiences across the board of being blocked by the official account. For instance, Justin NC, a prospective buyer, tweeted the following: "They blocked me in half the comment section for mentioning pronouns. They have openly alienated and attacked gamers. They deserve to flop." What is his offense? Exposing the inclusion of pronouns in the game and questioning whether they might be removable, a reasonable query for someone considering their purchase. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to ask if something is optional in an RPG where most things are optional, right? I don't think that's crazy. I don't think it's insane. I think it's a fair question. The thing is that they don't want that to be a question. They want you to eat it. They want you to accept it. They want you to believe in your mind that you have no choice, that you must accept what they are giving you. Otherwise, you could just kick rocks. This is what they want you to believe. But their money is going to realize very quickly that that's probably not a bold strategy, Cotton. Then it says that just to continue, not just me, anyone who even mentions pronouns to get them banned, they ban half their own comment section. Instead of engaging constructively, Obsidian chose to block him. Similarly, Penumbra shared their experience. Yep, I got blocked only for saying that I was not going to try the game. Such a response is baffling. Ignoring feedback is one thing. Preemptively silencing even mild disinterest borders on hostility towards customers. So now we're going to get into the controversial character design. Now, in terms of the character design overall, it's very clear that this is patterns, right? We start noticing patterns, and this is not to say that the game is woke, but this is to say that people didn't have the game at the forefront of their thoughts when they were making it, right? This is the big issue for me. When you have characters that look like this, even Baldur's Gate 3 had characters that were attractive, that were interesting to look at, that might have been weird, but were at least interesting to look at. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here. I really don't. And we just see prime examples of androgynous females, right? Females that have shoulders wider than mine, which again, absolutely insane. Females that clearly look like men with wigs on, and they try to push this as normal. They try to say, well, it's an RPG. We're all just playing pretend. It doesn't matter. Sure, but where about the people that want to play pretend with an attractive character? What about them? They can't play pretend? So the controversy escalated when Learning the Law manga lawyer pointed out a stark difference in character design between the studio's previous work and Avowed, sharing a comparison between Visa's Mar from Knights of the Old Republic 2 and a female character from Avowed. Manga lawyer remarked, yeah, this is from one of their games from ages past, and this is from Avowed. Look at the difference. It's very clear that ideology has taken over this company. He continued, the funny thing is that you could barely see the face of Visa's, yet you could tell right away that she's female. Put a veil on modern game female characters, and you wouldn't know if it's Mike Tyson or Sylvester Stallone talking to you. This commentary struck a chord with many, sparking broader discussion about trends in game design. Instead of addressing the feedback, Obsidian blocked manga lawyer, prompting him to post the answer is yes. Carlos also shared a screenshot of being blocked with the simple statement saying, I mean, these people are just getting blocked left and right. What are we doing? What are we seriously doing here? The collective frustration of gamers reflect a toxic environment where any player feedback is met with hostility rather than engagement. Ironically, trying to sidestep a toxic environment actually created an entirely new one, which, well said, Smash JT, that is absolute fact. The bans extend to Reddit and the official forums as well. The heavy-handed approach is not just limited to X. You got screenshots here of people talking on Steam about how they were banned from the subreddit. Literally, I mean, it's insane. Even Savvy does a deep dive on all of this stuff. So guys, it's really insane what's happening with Avowed, and it's very clear that these developers have something to hide. What that something is, I don't know. Could the game be good? Sure, of course, it could definitely be good. Who knows? But nobody's going to find out by you banning everybody and wanting to be as non-transparent as possible. That's not exactly a good look when you're trying to convince everybody that the game you're about to release is going to be a good game. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.